Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. The Timberwolves were taken to the edge in a Game 7 showdown that nearly saw their playoff hopes lost in the blink of an eye. With more motivation than ever, they are now poised to show their A-game against the Thunder. The Western Conference Finals, right here, right now.
Some big-time heroics have gotten both teams to this point. It's Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. And in our matchup tonight, we'll see the Minnesota Timberwolves going up against the Oklahoma City Thunder here at their home, Paycom Center. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Let's check out Minnesota's starting lineup. And is at the 2 with McDaniels playing the 3. Naz Reid out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at point guard. And for the Thunder, some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. You look at Oklahoma City, it took a major effort for them to advance out of the conference semis. How much of an effect does that have on a team?
Well, you want to conserve energy as much as possible in the early rounds. They really weren't able to do that. Here's where the home fans need to rise up and give their guys the jolt of adrenaline they need.
Pass to Dort. Here's Holmgren. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Randle pulls down the board. No good there. Great D that time from Holmgren. Oklahoma City has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. Fires the 3. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Reid, a screen on Holmgren. For 3, Randle. Randle with another miss.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Pass to Hartenstein. And here's Holmgren. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded by Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Takes the 3. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing. For 3, Randle buries it from 3.
No hesitation from the big man, Randle. I mean, this is how confident of a shooter he is.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Outside, Williams. Dort, a screen on McDaniels. Williams against McDaniels. And Gilgeous-Alexander missing.
Far from an ideal start, only 1 for 5. Let's see if they can turn it around.
Dort against Edwards. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, Edwards is such a strong player. Skilled at absorbing contact and still finishing.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Mark Dagnall gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. I asked him directly about facing Anthony Edwards, and Coach said he's just so dynamic, right? Our hope is that we can control the pace, make this our kind of game, and he'll be a little less explosive. So the plan is to stifle Edwards by not letting him play at his tempo. Back to you.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. Randle inside. Holmgren's there. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren.
Inside, you have to try something to stop Randle. But he gets physical right back and draws a good shooting foul.
Minnesota is shooting their first foul shots of the night. The free throw drops for Randle.
Certain guys can remake their games to fit the times. Randall's worked on his right hand and his jump shooting. He's a much more versatile threat now at the offensive end.
And Randall drops them both.
Well, you have to appreciate a big man who can step up to the line and knock it down with confidence.
And stolen by Edwards. Outside Conley. Reed to screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Conley. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
And even though it wasn't a great screen, he found a way to create some space.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Conley. And Holmgren with the basket on the assist by Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren's got 5 points. Conley passes to Randall. Puts it up from 12. Oklahoma City grabs the miss.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Pass to Holmgren. Puts up a deep 3. Reed with the rebound. And so it's Edwards who brings up the ball for Minnesota. Randall. Lets it go from deep. Hartenstein pulls it in.
It's been an ugly quarter for him. Trying to shoot his way out of it. Might be time to work on the playmaking skills.
Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. A big group substitution here for Oklahoma City. Williams is checked in for Hartenstein. Wiggins comes in for Holmgren. Caruso, he's checked in for Williams. And Joe subbed in for Dort. And Minnesota will go for a different look here. Rudy Gobert's checked in for Reed. Miller comes in for Julius Randle. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Conley.
The skills of SGA, they're so unique. His ball handling, shooting, length. Not a lot of guys like Shea in the league.
Now here's Edwards. Outside, Alexander Walker. Counted from distance.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets it to go. He's got 5.
And the D can't allow Gilgeous-Alexander to get this positioning, because once he does, he makes you pay.
Here's Edwards. With 1 on the clock. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And at the end of 1, a closely contested game so far. It's Minnesota up by 2. Stay with us now as we get set to bring you quarter number 2 after this. Glad to have you with us as we return to the action here in the Western Conference Finals. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Timberwolves?
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And also their pressure defense is paying dividends tonight, turning them over and getting out in the open floor and running.
On the court for the Timberwolves, second quarter underway. We've got Dante DiVincenzo. He's out there with Edwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Rudy Gobert. And it's Minot in at the 4.
Well, this is why Edwards is a nightmare for defenses. He can drive right through you or pull you apart from range like this.
Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Gobert. Back to Alexander Walker. Here's Edwards, 13 feet out. Williams grabs the board. And we're now about a minute into this second quarter of play. Gilgeous-Alexander against DiVincenzo. Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Minnesota.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Pass to Minot. Down low. Here's Gobert. Rudy, a monster inside.
Well, you know, Gobert is only going to shoot it when he gets a high percentage look like that.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Joe. And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter. Wiggins outside. 6 to shoot. And the basket by Joe. Joe's gotten his first bucket of the night.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
To the inside. Here's Edwards. Joe grabs the miss. Thunder trail by 3. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Caruso. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
I love when Gilgeous-Alexander looks to score because it forces the defense to act.
He made the only free throw attempt he had earlier in the game.
Taking 2 shots.
That free throw good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Caruso. And it's Dort in for Joe. And a new group getting ready for the Timberwolves. Reed's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Julius Randle comes in for Minot. McDaniels is checked in for Alexander Walker. And Conley subbed in for DiVincenzo. Both free throws good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, he's been very good at the line, and we all know free throws can make or break you.
Timeout. And Chris Finch has called timeout. We might see him looking to make some tweaks to the strategy here.
It may be a players' league, but the coaches obviously play a big part as well.
And this is when a coach earns his paycheck. Analyze the situation and give your players the information they need to succeed.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Dort with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. Stolen by Reed. It's Edwards on the wing. Dort defending. draw the foul. He'll head to the line for 2.
Well, it's so difficult to outsmart Edwards as a defender. He'll just come right into you.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Anthony Edwards. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
And the first one at the line is good.
Well, what you have to love about Edwards is his drive. This is a guy that wants to be an all-time great when it's all said and done.
And both free throws good for Edwards.
Well, we know Edwards has an outstanding skill set, but what makes him truly special is his competitive will and ability to handle high-pressure moments.
Now here's Dort. No points yet. Williams from long range sends it home from three-point land. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Love to see that kind of activity. He just makes things happen.
Conley passes to Randall. Williams against McDaniels. For 3, Randall. Minnesota again missing. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for OKC. Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA working through contact inside.
Yeah, and Gilgeous-Alexander is a fighter. Someone that challenges the defense and bullies his way through contact.
Williams against McDaniels. Here's Conley. It's deflected, and they recover it. Here's Reed. Shoots over Hartenstein. Reed can't hit. The Thunder have gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. And the big finish by Holmgren.
And before he even leaves the floor, Holmgren has the ball at rim level.
Timberwolves trail by 4. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Back to Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. Pushing it up the floor. Here comes Oklahoma City. Here's Holmgren. And he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
An aggressive move to a strong finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Back to Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander with a steal. And stolen by Edwards. Inside. And stolen by Hartenstein. Dort against Edwards. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Gilgeous-Alexander takes the contact.
And they're building up steam, getting out in front and trying not to look back.
Well, look, we've seen that no lead is safe these days. You got to keep scoring and extending that margin.
And so it's Oklahoma City up by a healthy 8 points at the end of the period. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. Back to the game after this break.
And thank you for joining us. 2 quarters in the books and a Game 1 deficit for the Minnesota Timberwolves.
They're not applying enough pressure offensively. Very little presence inside. Too much reliance on long jumpers.
You know how I feel about that style, Kenny. I don't even want to comment.
And looking at where the Thunder stand in the series. The conference finals. Big fella, do you expect these teams to pull out all the stops?
That would be correct, Armando Arnie. That's right. No minute restrictions. Let the stars shine tonight.
You have to leave it all out there. Even if you're banged up, find a way to get it done.
The competition level on the rise. That does it for halftime. Let's get back to game action. Here's Brian Anderson with the start of the third quarter.
And time for us to get back into it here in Game 1. You know, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been exceptional here, guys.
I'll tell you what, he's still working on his playmaking skills, but he's been tremendous so far in finding the open man.
Well, the way I see it, it's an added bonus. And you can see team chemistry really growing as a result of him racking up the assists.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Some serious height in the middle. Holmgren the 4, Hartenstein the 5. Gilgeous-Alexander runs the point with Dort at the 2. And it's Williams in at the 3 spot. That's the group from Mark Daigneault starting the second half. Shot clock at 5. Here's Randall. Up and in on the layup. Randall's got 7.
Letting Randall get inside with the ball was a bad mistake. His finishing ability got him to the bucket.
Dort outside. Randall against Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on McDaniels. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA doing his thing in close.
Man, that's now 10 straight points in the paint. I'm not sure what's happened to their defense.
Timberwolves trail by 8. Outside Conley from outside the arc. Williams grabs the board.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Pass to Hartenstein. Hartenstein. A chance to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Minnesota's gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. Conley up top. Here's Reed. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to go on Chet Holmgren.
Reed is so tough to contend with inside. Knows how to put a defender in a tough spot.
He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. And that one falls for Reed.
Well, if you want to know where commitment and hard work can get you, follow Naz Reid's career. Everyone who counted him out is eating their words right now.
So 1 for 2 that time at the strike. Oklahoma City leading by 7. Dort outside. Back to Williams. Into the lane. It's Holmgren, high post. Dort outside. Let's go with a 3. No luck on that one.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Edwards with it. Now Gilgeous-Alexander defending. Here's Conley. Oh, it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Impeccable defense from Gilgeous-Alexander. For a guard, he blocks a fair amount of shots.
Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And this is his 3rd trip to the line tonight.
First team foul. At the line for 2, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
First one falls for him. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Caruso's checked in. And the Timberwolves also making a change. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And Chris Finch calls timeout here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Conley passes to Reed. Edwards against Dort. Edwards looking it over. Just 5 to shoot. From the top of the key, he buries it. Edwards has got his third basket on the night right there.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor when shooting that jumper.
Williams finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Hartenstein with a screen on Conley. Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort for three. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Out of bounds, the Thunder will take it. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
Oh, you could feel the playoff intensity in that block. He's playing some extra aggressive defense out there.
And so it's Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. A little under 3.5 minutes off the clock now in the third quarter.
Keep getting him the ball. He's been a huge part of this offense.
Randall outside. Back to Alexander Walker. And here's Edwards outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Caruso. From 13, he's off on that one. Nice D from Alexander Walker. Timberwolves trail by 9. Randall, the pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Randall. Reed, a screen on Williams. For 3, Randall sinks it from distance. Randall's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
Dort against Edwards. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander, double team. 5 to shoot. Williams' shot is good.
Well, you got to be able to shoot fast in the league. So it's nice to see Williams doesn't need a lot of setup time.
8-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Reed, a screen on Dort. Here's Edwards. Tried to bank it in, but it misses.
Yeah, well, that's a shot the defense is probably going to let him keep taking.
To the middle. Williams passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. On target from about 13 feet. And it's an 11-point Thunder lead.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
What a performance for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He has been the story for Oklahoma City. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. More 2K action in just a moment. With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this 4th period holds in store. Thunder leading by 9. On the court for Minnesota, we've got Anthony Edwards, Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Joe Ingles. Then there's Rudy Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point guard position.
And they've really managed to dominate inside.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Ingles. Back to Alexander Walker. And there's the screen. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, that's easy pickings for him. Unless the defense is all over him, he'll take that all day long.
DiVincenzo against Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. Timberwolves trail by 9. Alexander Walker with it. Caruso covers. Stolen by Caruso. Outside Gilgeous-Alexander. A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone now. He gets it to go again. 9 for 13 so far. All right, guys, what's your take on the hustle stats for Oklahoma City?
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And their block numbers also stand out to me. Challenging shots at the rim has been a big part of their defensive success.
Dort, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Clark is checked in for Minnesota. Mike Conley comes in for DiVincenzo. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Chris Finch said to the team. He did his best to light a fire under them, saying, we have to fight. Now is the moment. We have to come out of this deficit swinging. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Allie. Shot clock at 2. Edwards can't hit. Thunder leading by 11. To the paint. Oh, got a piece of it. And stolen by Clark. Edwards against Dort. Oh, the finish inside by Edwards.
Well, we've seen this movie before. Edwards is rolling, and his energy right now is infectious.
Wiggins with a screen on Conley. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Wiggins. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 6. From deep three-point land. Rudy Gobert with a rebound.
I know that he has the ability and confidence to sink that shot. But better luck next time, maybe.
That's one of those heat check shots, and heat check is a synonym for bad shot.
Gobert with a screen on Caruso. Here's Alexander Walker. Here's Gobert. Gobert cleans it up.
Pounding the offensive glass. That's where Gobert gets a lot of his extra chances.
And Mark Daigneault has called a timeout. He wants their game plan to be crystal clear at this point. So for Oklahoma City, Hartenstein, he's checked in for Williams. Holmgren comes in for Wiggins. And Williams is subbed in for Caruso. Conley against Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander powers his way to the rim.
All it takes is a sliver of daylight, and Gilgeous-Alexander will exploit it.
Edwards against Dort. Outside Edwards. Reed a screen on Dort. And here's Edwards outside. Oklahoma City grabs the miss. Hartenstein's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and Reed with a block.
Well, Reed really gets after it on defense. He's a big man that loves coming up with blocks.
Ooh, took him no time at all to get that one. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this 4th quarter. Dort, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside, Williams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shot clock at 6. Hartenstein with a screen on McDaniels. Williams from long range. Here's Hartenstein. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Naz Reid.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
56 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And Chris Finch has called timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. There's 53 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Randall finds Reed. Back to Randall. Hartenstein pulls it in. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He'll bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. They've given up just 8 points in the 4th.
Honestly, they're just down by too much to mount a comeback.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. No need to shoot. This one is done.
Yes, they've got to be happy with tonight's effort. This has to feel good. They gave their fans a show and secured the W.
Yep, the crowd gets to go home feeling good about the win tonight. Their team looked impressive.
And So it's the Thunder taking care of business in this one. And it always takes a lot of pressure off a team when they get the win in Game 1.
It's the most important game of the series. They've shown they know how to beat this team. The formula's in place. Now they just have to stick with it for the next few games.
And now let's check in with Allie LaForce with the player of the game. Allie.
Shay, you were using those long arms to be disruptive on the defensive end. What's your focus at that end of the floor?
I'm just trying to be as active as possible. And like you said, getting my length involved, something I've been blessed with, and I just want to use it.
That activity, that length was noticed. Congratulations.
All right, Allie, thank you. That concludes this broadcast of the Western Conference Finals. For Grant Hill, Stan Van Gundy, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson signing off. And we present the player of the game, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.